Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you. We have some fans in the studio today.
No, which one is you?
You ready?
You ready?
All right. Good afternoon. We are the N
J. T.
News Team. All right. First off for today is news about the parking at NJIT. Unfortunately, our reporter for this topic was stuck in traffic and could not make it to today's broadcast because by the time he showed up at NJIT, there were no parking spaces left besides 10 blocks northwest of campus. And by northwest, I mean the hood. And by the hood, I mean his car was stolen and he also decided to quit his job right on the spot after the incident. Next is news about the recent water main break across campus. There was recently a water main break at NJIT supplier City Water, and the water was entering the facilities as brown water, and the students were afraid to get sick by showering or drinking the water. So for 3 to 4 days, students across campus were very smelly and very thirsty. Actually, the students across campus are always thirsty. An emphasis of thirstiness is put on the male population of NJIT. And the students are actually always smelly too, so I guess the water main break didn't affect everyone. Next is for alumni donation news. We recently received a large donation which will be put toward the renovation of Kuprian 203's third seat in the fourth row of the classroom. Because the donation totaled a whopping $30 from a recent dropout gone billionaire from NJIT, who probably created some website. Another recent donation of $150 will be put toward the purchase of a new swipe-in machine at the campus center. That's right, it will now cost money to enter the campus center at a small fee of $17.43 per entry and exit. Each student passing through the campus center will now help in the effort to redo GDS. How they came up with $17.43 is unknown, and that's right, if you want to go to GDS now, it will cost $17.43 to enter and $17.43 just to exit the building. And this does not include the initial cost of GDS. And GDS, after 1 year of generating these funds by charging people entering and exiting, will create an estimated yearly end sum of $3.5 million. This money will go toward a filet mignon and lobster station. The portion size given out will be 1/4 of an ounce of filet mignon or lobster per visit to the station. In addition to that renovation to GDS, will also be an installation of a section called KK Cake, where there will not actually be cake served anymore. Instead, there will be a newly hired worker that will twerk on the counter to a song that repeatedly says cake.
There was yet again another robbery this past week occurring on Summit Street, where 2 students were approached by a group of suspects. They showed a handgun, demanded their laptops, cell phones, and money. This is a typical description of the suspect that happens to rob people on the weekly basis. They were described as the African American, about 6 feet tall and shoulder-length dreads. No surprise there. In other news, there is this new fad happening in Newark right now, and we will show a short segment on this new thing called whistle tips.
The latest rage for kids is driving parents and entire neighborhoods crazy. It's called a whistle tip, and it's welded inside a car's muffler to make the car screechingly loud for nearly a mile.
Nearly every muffler shop in Oakland is installing Whistler tips. It's a piece of metal welded inside the exhaust pipes that makes the car audible for almost a mile. Tell me about the whistles.
The whistles got woo.
Anybody that has it in their neighborhood is going to be totally driven crazy.
It sounds like what?
When you want woo, it's that woo woo. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the flow. They didn't trip out the flow, man.
That decoration, man. It's just for decoration. That's it and that's all, man. We do it for
You
decoration.
got it on your car?
Yeah, I got it on my car.
It was being installed on their car. Roxanne Brunn says the high-pitched tone, like the squeal of a fart train that doesn't stop, is keeping her awake at night. Police have told her it is legal.
They think it's a fad, it's going to go away. It's not going away.
And it's driving you nuts.
It's driving me nuts. I work at home. I can't concentrate when it goes on for hours.
Some neighbors are saying way too loud.
That's only in the morning. He supposed to be up cooking breakfast or something by him, so that's like an alarm clock.
As you can see, that's pretty popular in Newark right now. So, gee, I think I saw Professor Johnson in that video.
I would definitely concur with that. I mean, I think she was being interviewed or something. Also talking about the robbery suspect, I think I also heard the story where an individual was walking down a Lock Street with a Subway sandwich in his hand, and once he was walking, he was approached by this 6 feet African-American male, and he was robbed of his sandwich rather than his money or his electronics. I mean, that's kind of low of people nowadays. But furthermore, in other news, there's a new athletic center that will be built in around, I'm going to say 2017, as so far news updates go. The new athletic center will take up the pre-existing space of the turf field, which you can see kind of in the bottom right corner, like a little corner of it, I guess. And the new turf field will be going onto the athletic center that already exists today. That being said, the new athletic center will host new facilities such as an indoor track, hopefully new courts, soccer field I hear as well, and the pre-existing soccer field will be taken down and built vertically instead of horizontally along campus. Also, another complaint that's been going on lately throughout NJIT campus is the fact that certain fields are not accessible to certain teams. For example, we are a Division I school, NCAA certified, track and field, and also baseball. Baseball does not have baseball fields to practice on. Track does not have a track to practice on. Those collisions collide when both teams need to practice at once at a similar time on the field itself. Baseball teams today practice on the turf field as well as track and field, and collisions do occur a lot, very, 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 very frequently. What is your opinion on the clashes that happen?
Speaking of collisions, I think the new athletic center would help the basketball team with the slippery gym floor, because there have been many collisions during practice, and the team, I believe, soon will turn into an ice skating team. But going on with an on-campus alert, a suspicious black van has been reported on Summit Street. If you notice such suspicious activity, it is probably nothing else but our own shopping van, just waiting for some students to go to Walmart. However, be aware and do not take any free candy or ice cream from the driver. This is the van. And breaking news, a man was taken to the UMDNJ hospital with reported Ebola-like symptoms. Warning has been issued for the Rutgers buses. UMDNJ nurses have been taking the Rutgers buses as transportation to the hospital, and it is a serious matter that you avoid them at all costs. Don't be the next victim. But now, reporting live from the current events going on MLK Boulevard, Bob.
This is the place right now where if you die of Ebola, they're very quick for you. If you're living and you need help, there's really nowhere to go. He's not dead. He's not dead. They were wrapping him up to take him away. They almost took him away to the crematorium. I don't know where they can take him. There are no hospitals to treat him. Now the first responders, the ambulance is here. They're trying to get them to stop to take him and to somewhere where he can get some care.
That being said, that was the newscast for NJIT News.
All right, thank you all, and have a great afternoon. This was the
NJIT
News Team. Thanks.